So I was supposed to go live at 7 o'clock, guys. I am a little late. I will stay live longer because I am late. I do apologize for that. I was having the worst trouble with OBS I've ever had. So I am going to go ahead and jump right into this fresh play of Call of Cthulhu. I have never actually beaten this game. I've never even looked at this game. It was suggested that I play it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it. I'm gonna play through it and I'm gonna create some content from it. So if you like it, drop me a follow, drop me a share, give me a thumbs up, and just sit back and talk in the chat, man. Keep this chat live. And I will stay on as long as I can this evening. Alright, guys. Okay. Go. Into madness. Okay. Whew. Alright. Right, give me a second, guys. Just getting a couple of things tweaked here so that I can see your chat. Cool. 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 So it's actually updating there now. Alright, let's get it. That sounds like that sounds so much light up some items in order to interact with it. That's that is actually pretty cool that you actually have to pick up a light, and there are some things you can't interact with in the dark. That is pretty awesome. This will be one of the first games I've seen that's like that. Oh, counter darkness. So I have bolt cutters, so I can actually go back to the first set of rooms now. Because I have bolt cutters. No wonder what will happen. I'll probably die, like horribly.
In my wake, hold along. Fate inescapably draws you
Oh,
on.
yeah, they saved. That was about it. Okay, so I just came through the other door, both of them. And here. Okay. I don't know if the audio is good for y'all, but this is some freaky music.
What a putrid offering. Don't fight. You have been chosen.
Oh. So they gave me the option to run, so I'm guessing I'm running from something.
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Follow. Thank you so much. It means so much.
I hate whiskey.
Glad that was a dream. So, alright. Let's see, places. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and just read these out. I know that we can all read, but it'll make it a little easier to run through everything to make sure I'm going at a pretty good pace. So, my private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to step up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adulterer, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles. But this place is mine for the moment. Alright. Here's... Okay, cool. So here is the skill tree for Pierce. I'm guessing that's my character's name. Doesn't seem to be a very deep... Yeah, doesn't seem to be a very deep skill tree. You only got, what, 8 skills overall? No, 7 skills overall. So yeah. Okay. Well, then you have your sanity. Ah, okay, so mental trauma, nightmares. So that's one thing I'm guessing that's working against your sanity. So Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse-Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades, without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Alright, so you got the case. So the doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay. But I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? So in our inventory, we have a lighter, my old lighter that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell, and he apparently has no knowledge. So get copywritten for whatever that is playing.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Alright, so Pierce Investigation Agency, yes. Alright, so knowledge, case solved. So will it let me interact with it? Alright. I'm not gonna drink that. Alright, the phone's ringing.
I wonder why I still take these things.
The doctors prescribed them. When I returned from the war, they swore that they would put an end to the nightmares, but for a while now, their efforts have been wearing off. So those...
Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. So the husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept calling me weeks after the investigation had closed. Harlan. Sorry that happened to you.
The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage. I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce? Private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Okay, so I have 8. Okay, so I have 8 character points that I have to put in. Eloquence. So I'm guessing this is like your charm. Ability to influence those. Yep, that's like charisma. Your strength represents your ability to call on your physical power. Ah, okay. Then you have your investigation skill. Represents your investigation talents, improves the skills. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object. Okay. Spot hidden. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects, improving the skill Improving this skill increases your chance of finding hidden objects, and an undiscovered object will not appear in game. Okay. Alright. Psychology. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding the motives of a person based on his or her behavior or on the analysis of objects. Occultism represents your knowledge of occult sciences. Improving this skill increases your chance of determining the use of origin of occult artifacts and the expressing of expressing your knowledge of the myth. Medicine. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving this skill increases your chances of determining the dosage of a drug, of making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Okay? Alright, so I have 8 points. Speech is always a great thing to have. Speech is always a great thing to have, man. Oh wow, so when you put points in it, it only raises it by 1%. So it doesn't even raise. Oh wow, I wish I had known that. Okay, cool. So I did raise speech up. I don't understand what these percents are up under. It doesn't make sense to me. But I'm guessing we'll learn throughout playing the game. Like I said, I've never actually played this game before. I've never even seen like a walkthrough or anything on it. So, let's see, psychology, spot hidden, ECP before next level. So yeah, I went ahead and got up eloquence and spot hidden, and I guess it can never be wrong to have. Yeah, I guess it can never be bad to have your medicine up. So alright, so let me see. Have my medicine, have my eloquence up, and my spot hidden.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me.
Thank you so
They
much,
take me
James,
for an
the
old
light.
fool. Sarah, my little girl. She is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Sleeping pills in a video game like this. That is pretty cool that they give it to you. I think it'll be cool if you can, like, if there's an area that you can't get into, if you can, like, spike somebody's water or drink or something and then go in. That'll be cool. I hope that's like an area they added into it, like Skyrim. Alright, so the doctor can well repeat to me that I'm no longer... Oh! Alright, I already read all of that earlier in the stream. Pause to read if you want to see that again. Alright. Mission, so examine the Hawkins file. We're gonna investigate this picture.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
Intuitive and visionary artist for some, overpriced imposter for others, Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony to her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. So we got a clue in chapter 1 now. It says the painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and a child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks that it's linked to the death of his daughter.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
The files on the Sarah Hawkins case, that's what her father gave us. So, a shipping label, some of it's unreadable, but I can make out part of the address, Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report, it says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Frailty. Okay. Why? A press cutting, an article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life. There with their only son, Simon. I am gonna have to raise the brightness because it's really hard to see this.
So, Mr. P.
Graphic. Yeah, it's really hard
Yes.
to read that one.
What do you make of these
Those words.
elements?
story.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Alright.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Right, lost to read. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of the long abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find...
dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. The first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatments. What? Oh, okay, so I just leveled up my medicine again. I'm not sure where I pulled that book from, but yeah, I'm not sure where I pulled that book from, but apparently I did.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. I should get rid of all this stuff.
All right. So let's go ahead and move forward. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label and address, a warehouse set on the dock of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation.
Almost there.
I'm guessing that's the main introduction of the welcome to whoever is watching. Thank you so much for joining. Drop me a chat. Hey, good afternoon or good evening or good morning, wherever you're from.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
So guys, we are running
A
through
sad
Call of
story
Cthulhu.
that we
this
would all
evening.
prefer to forget.
It's
Charles Hawkins
my
may
first
have been a
playthrough, so bear
landlubber,
with me if
but he
you've
was a
already
good
seen a
man.
playthrough of it. I do appreciate any
And his
hints
wife,
that you can
Sarah
give
Hawkins.
in places. I heard that it gets
Nice
pretty hard
young
in some
woman.
areas.
And a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Pause to read, guys. Let's go ahead and see. I have 1 point available. I think I'm going to save it. Well, I think I have to save it because I don't think I have points to. Oh boy. So the medicine and the occult skill can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. I should have used my points for those two. On the next playthrough, we may actually use points for those two, so I can go ahead and get them up early. Apparently everything else can be upgraded in the game aside from those two.
Please move back. Let the police do their work.
So this is as fast as my guy can run, apparently. So if we ever get into a bind, I'm gonna have to fight. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this lantern because, like they said, there's some stuff that can't be seen. Oh, it won't let me pick it up. Okay, I was gonna try to get the lantern so I could look at the area around the dock. And guys, we've been going for about 40 minutes. I will be wrapping it up at about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending on what everyone thinks and everyone feels. I will actually be streaming this on Wednesday and on Friday as well, and I'm gonna stream from 6 until 8 or 8:30.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you? What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't. Don't put that beast back.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You
That's
can't
no way to
understand. You're
treat
not
an old man.
sailors. Oh, yeah? It's a sign. He's gonna get us into trouble. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
I can talk to Fitzroy, or I can go get a drink. Alright, let me go talk to Fitzroy first.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. This blackboard hasn't been used in a long while. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Oh, your place is falling apart here, buddy. Sir, were you aware that the roof is caving in? I need to get that fixed, man. Okay. Medical book, yes. The second volume teaches ethics and good practice to the medical staff. Sweet. Okay. They're gonna make a doctor out of me yet? Something just went off in the corner of my eye. I was turning, and something was over here that I couldn't recognize. I can't take the light. There was something over here though. Alright, let's go upstairs. See what I can snoop around and find.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Probably Fitzroy's dead. There is a guy of Fitzroy and his dead. A guy that looks like Fitzroy inside his desk. Okay.
What a macabre souvenir.
Wooden leg.
What a macabre souvenir.
Let's go see what happens.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins, but that's all I'll get from them.
Manifest. Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Okay.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Torn down, man. I got you, my love. I'm gonna wrap up in about 10 minutes, okay?
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain Cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks, man. Thanks. If there's any games that you would like to see in the future, just drop them in the chat. I'm taking suggestions right now. Once I beat this, I'm gonna do a walkthrough on how to complete it 100% and put it on.
Don't put that beast back
Hey,
in the
can you
water,
hear me now?
Shysters, you're crazy.
One second.
They can't understand.
Damn stupid
Thank you for letting me
idiots.
know that this
Get it?
is
Nobody listens to us
actually the first time I've been able to have somebody. Hey, can you hear me now? Ah, okay. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Alright, how about now? There we go. Alright, thank you so much for that feedback. So I am going to be taking suggestions for games. You gotta love it, man. Give me 1 moment. And we'll get it worked out. How about there? Alright, sounds good. Alright, so I am looking for suggestions for video games to actually play for you guys. I actually got this via a private message as a game that someone wanted to see played through. It came out about 2 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago, and there were a lot of playthroughs, but I'm guessing because it was put on Game Pass recently, people wanted a walkthrough. So yeah, thank you so much for helping me with that.
Hey, be careful.
But yeah, I would love to have you come through. Thank you for helping me get a step closer to my subscriber goal. I would love to have you come through. I'm actually going to be streaming
Let's get him another
Monday,
drink.
Wednesday, and Friday. I'll be streaming this
In my
game
bar,
from
we don't
6
serve
until 8
troublemakers.
p.m. I am actually a little bit over time today because I started a little late. So I'm gonna have to wrap up in here in about 10 minutes. But I will definitely be back Wednesday picking up from where I left. It's a pleasure to have you drop by, man. I look forward to playing for you. And it's just a real pleasure to have you help me with my audio stuff. And I see your message here that it sounds good. Thank you. My bar, we don't serve Ooh, 2:40 a.m. Wow, man. You know what? What I'll do is on Saturdays, I'll stream earlier in the day. So if it's 2:40 a.m. there now, you're about 6 hours ahead. So on Saturdays, I'll start at about noon, which will be about, what, 8 o'clock for you? Would 8 o'clock work? Because I'm looking to make sure that I have the ability to
You saw what happened. He's the
appeal to a
troublemaker.
broader
Oh, you're a
group
true
of people.
mainlander.
I get a lot
A
of
real
views on
princess.
YouTube, but I'm really trying
You
to
strut
start
around with your la-di-da ways,
live
and
streaming
then, as soon as the
more
pressure
so that I can
rises, you
interact
start
with you guys
squealing.
and give you guys the
You don't
content
have
that you
what
really
it takes
want.
to drink my whiskey.
Aside from that,
You've got
I'm
to earn
kind of
it.
guessing.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland.
Yeah,
for
man.
her
Yeah.
paintings.
We definitely all
Never
have to
understood
start
why.
somewhere.
Then
This has been
I don't want to
a
speak
dream
ill
of
of
mine
the dead.
since I was a young one, man. I was sponsored in Black Ops 2, and I had to choose, well, between the military and school, and I chose school. So while I was in school, I couldn't really play. I had to study. But now that I'm older, I'm actually really getting into it. I love the playthroughs, man. True, they were strange.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah? Well, it wasn't normal.
But how's
I mean,
your
for
day
a
been,
young
man?
woman with a child and all that.
Yeah,
saw them in
I'm
the
finally
papers
getting
and we
a
said to
chance to do
ourselves,
it. How's your day been?
Who can
How are
paint such
things?
things?
You're up at
Is that how
2:40
she
in the
sees the
morning.
world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it,
Yeah, it's
the
been
truth
great,
is
man.
really a question of
Absolutely
point of
great.
view.
I have the
What do you
smell
mean
of
by
dinner going
Do you
on in the
still trust the
background,
truth
so
after a bottle
I
of whiskey?
can't I can't be upset about that, you know?
I've got what I need.
Anything
Got a
else?
home, got clothes, living my dream. Why not?
The Stranded Whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy.
Always, man.
The name,
Always.
it reminds us of the golden age of Dockwater.
There you go, man. I'd
When
be
our
happy to
whalers
have
left for
you if
long
you ever
months
have
and
trouble
came
sleeping.
back,
Monday,
sweating
Wednesdays,
stinking
and
of
Fridays.
the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
So I do have
but
another
steeped in
question for you
glory.
because you're kind
We've
of
never
my
known
first
such
real
wealth since then.
interactive person that's watching it live. How does it look for you? Can you see well? I know the audio was a little iffy, but is the
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island.
is the video
What's the source
pretty
of
good?
this miracle?
Is it staying
You
pretty
mean who?
consistent?
Our source of supply wouldn't like
Excellent.
me
I
to
have
betray
a
them to the
4K
first owner.
Elgato, and I
I'll tell
have
nobody.
She'd
setup
know it
that can go
anyway.
up to
Anything else?
2800 p. But I didn't know how it actually is coming through. Sometimes it stutters and stuff when I record and put on YouTube. Darkwater.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First
Oh,
off,
I
there
see
are
what you're saying.
rumors.
You're talking about the
Sailors from
background
around
black
here
marks.
say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Yeah, let me order a drink.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, above and
Oh,
under
yeah?
the game.
That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my
Okay.
bar.
That is
Oh, come
great
on.
feedback. I'm
Because of
actually
a
gonna
little
edit
tussle.
that.
Drinking it here is a privilege. And
I
I grant the
appreciate that
privilege to
feedback.
whoever I want.
I'll see what
Anything
I can
else?
do about that. That's good.
That'll be all for now.
So yeah, you think? Yeah, I'll go thinner on the top and the bottom. I'll leave myself here, and maybe make the bars a little smaller. You think that'll help a little bit? Yeah, I'll put that on my list of things to change. And then if you have trouble sleeping on Wednesday, you can scoot by and see the changes. Yeah, it is more of a preference, but when I look at it, I just see like the full screen. There you go. I am seeing the full screen. So I'm actually live on YouTube. I'm live on... Ooh, what did I just do? Okay. So I'm live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch right now. So I can't see how each one looks. I'm guessing you're watching from Twitch, right? Let's see. Okay, excellent. So yeah, I will definitely look
Charles
at my
Hawkins
settings
was a heavy
for...
drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Okay, so I'll look at the settings for Twitch, and I'll look at making the bars a little smaller, which can never hurt anything because it'll just give you more room to see the images. But give me 1 second. Let me see where I'm going. It says get inside warehouse 36 is my next part of this mission. Let me see if I can talk to
You
anybody
like our
here.
song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros,
All
but
three
we give
places
it all
have the
we've
black
got.
bars.
That's true.
Excellent.
It's a
Okay,
reminder
I
of the
will
time
definitely
when we were
look at
still
that
fishing for whales
and look at
off
trying to make those
Darkwater Island.
smaller. I think that that is the default, so I can't actually look at that. Thanks so much, man. Like I said, it's absolutely awesome having you
What brought Whaling to
drop
an
in and provide that
whales,
feedback.
of
I love
course.
it. It helps make
They
me
all
better, man.
disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Ah,
Until the
okay.
last,
I
the
see.
biggest.
I see.
One of the
I'll
miraculous
definitely look at
cats.
changing that to see if I can make it more
Exactly.
flush with at least the bars so that you can still see the supporter bar and then try to come down lower on the bottom of the screen as well. Yeah. I'll see what I can do about that. And
I've
once
never heard
again,
this
like I
song
said, if you have
Only
any other
people from
feedback,
here
man, if you
know
have
it.
any games that
It
you want to
tells
see
the
that are
story
coming
of
out,
the miraculous
just let me know,
catch.
and I'd be
It's a
happy
local
to do
legend.
that. But for the
Watch
time
what
being,
you
grab a
say,
drink,
young
kick your
man.
feet up, and
That
relax, man.
catch saved our island.
Hopefully, I can soothe you to sleep
Where's the
with
proof?
my beautiful voice.
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
That's kind of a weird story, brother.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see.
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
Okay.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
So that
Good night,
miraculous
stranger.
catch is
So long.
basically the lore around here. Wish I could find some more information about it.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness.
Brother, you
Until
need
it
a
finds
bath.
a new reader.
Like, really? Oof.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Okay. Miraculous catch. Okay. Alright. So finally I got some information on the Miraculous catch. So I'll kind of give you a option because you are my audience right now. Would you prefer for me to read the things for you or just leave them up for a second so that you can read them yourself? Because this is a mystery type game, so. Well, let's do it like this. I'll just flip through them, and if I read it before you do, if you need me to go back, just let me know, and I'll be happy to go back to it. Like I said, I'm sorry that it's gonna take me a little longer because I have to read all of the clues and stuff for this one, because this is honestly my first playthrough. This is the first time I've turned it on at all. So I'm having to try to put together this story because it's not really an introduction to what's going on here. They just kind of drop you in and they're like, yep, find the information. So it's a very smooth game though. It is amazingly smooth. Especially after playing something like Open Country. I play that on my YouTube channel and I stream that as well so that children can have something to watch as well, because usually kids don't like scarier or mystery games. But yeah, it gets really choppy, so having a game that's really refined feels nice. Alright, brother, you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for jumping in. If you need anything at all as far as content, let me know. And if you have a night on Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays in which you cannot sleep, come and see me. Investigation. Owner of stranded wolf. Alright, guys. Alright, so I am gonna go ahead and wrap it up here for anyone who is watching before or after the live stream or during the live stream. I just wanted to tell you all thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you so much for interacting. Thank you so much for watching. We got one step closer to our subscriber goal, which is 1 out of 5. I am looking for 4 more subscribers. So if you're watching this afterwards, feel free to drop in on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday from 6 until 8 p.m. Drop me a share, drop me a follow, drop me a subscribe, depending on whatever medium you're actually on watching me stream. And I truly do appreciate you. As always, you all have a wonderful night. It's a pleasure, and thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon.